want to post a video of something I fought forever to find, and I finally found it. This is a 2.0 Kia motor. It's actually a Hyundai, same as a Mitsubishi, or very similar to the Mitsubishi Evo block. And also Chrysler has some products with this stuff too. It's a whirl block, as they're called, Theta, the Theta motor, whatever they call that. But had a knock in this motor. I checked rod bearings, perfect. Checked, we had a little bit of cam issue. I replaced a camshaft, put a bucket in it. Anyway, I spent some money on this stupid thing trying to get it fixed for a customer. And I thought the bottom end was good based on looking at the rods. They look brand new. But if you turn this over, it doesn't sound bad. But as soon as I put some pressure, let me show you what I'm going to do. As soon as I touch the top of the crown of the piston, while it's going up and down, it makes a horrible racket. So either there's some wrist pin play, the wrist pin's wearing out the small end of the rod, or there's too much skirt slap. And it happens to be on this number 3 cylinder. So number 3 is doing it. So I'm going to bring 3 up to the top. That's not quite the top. Let me try it again. Close. That's as close as I'm going to get. But there's, dang it. There is substantial rock. There's close to the top. Substantial amount of rock in it. Which, I've seen that before and still work. But as I don't know if I can hold the camera and do this, but listen now as all I'm doing is letting my finger apply a tiny bit of pressure to the top. Sorry, I'm on the wrong one here. There we go. All I'm doing is, as it's coming up and down, I'm letting it hit my fingers, and it's just smacking. Now, if I do it to any other cylinder, walk down 1, getting a little bit on 2. Yeah, 2's pretty bad too. But 3, 4, nothing. So 2 and 3. 3 especially. That's gonna make for an interesting video. You're like, what are we watching here? But anyway, yeah, so the condition that we'd see is if this was idling, it would make very light tapping noise, but as soon as you gave it load, it would racket. And that would be consistent with a little bit more cylinder pressure with more fuel and oxygen added. So you have a bigger explosion, more pressure, and it causes the piston to slap back and forth. Or I suspect small end rod is going out. Now, I could be wrong on that, but either way, the skirts are heavily worn. You can tell if you're gonna have skirt slap by the wear and the bore. I don't know if you can see these. You like to see the cross hatching, but the skirts wear on the sides. That's what the skirts wear. And these skirts, bad lighting, but these skirts are hammered. So I'm betting it's a combination. It's mostly skirt wear, I bet. I'd like to think it was a small end of the rod, but we're gonna take out the piston right now and find out. Why not? Make a short video out of it. Or a little bit longer video anyway. Let me just pull it over and we'll pop the caps on those and see what we got. We're just gonna let this thing fly. Woo! There it goes. So we're gonna drop 2 and 3 and see what we got here. Let me grab a 12.12 millimeter. I got stuff everywhere, so I gotta find it first, folks. I didn't anticipate pulling this out during the same video, but we're gonna do it. Guys, where is it? That'll do. There's a 12 point. We got, except that they're, wow, they're 10s. I already forgot that. There's a 10 right there. So we'll gun those puppies out. Let me hook up the air. This shop is a disaster after this. After this amount of work. Turn the air on. Hard to do anything and film at the same time, so I apologize profusely because this is going to be a crap video. But let's drop a couple pistons. That's 2. So there's that one. I might fall on the ground there. Most of the time rings will hold them in, the tension of the rings, but if it's really worn out, I wouldn't be surprised to see it just fall on the floor. Okay, let's pull caps, and these are fractured caps. If you don't know what fractured caps are, split fractured. They actually cast them as one piece, and then they sonically split them with a special tool, and then they only go together one way because they're actually split in half. Whereas your old style rods were always elongated when they were cast, and they cut them across the middle and grind them to the right spec. Anyway, look at these bearings. They're perfect. Cranks perfect. So I'm like, what? I mean, I was scratching here, trying to find out what is going on here. But I found it. See, again, another perfect bearing, perfect rod. Pull these caps out. I'm gonna launch these. I'm convinced this motor is now officially junk without a heavy rebuild, but okay, I'm gonna carefully push this piston down. See if I can get it to come out here. Hang on, folks. Okay, there's one. Let's grab the other. Keep them in order so I know which cylinder they came out of. Okay, here's the other. Alrighty. Now, these have a Teflon coating on their skirts. Holy crap. Look at that. That skirt is just gouged up. Yeah, that's incredible. You can just cut your nail all through it. No good. That side's pretty bad too. You can't even feel the machine. Sorry. You can't even feel the machining of the grooves on the piston. Yeah, a lot of times you can run your nail and feel the grooves here, but you can't feel it on this one at all. That would be number 2. The worst one was number 3. So, oh my gosh. That's so far gone. Look at that high resolution there. That would cause some serious, serious wear. Done. Motor's over. Let's get a full look at the bores. I'm sure the others aren't far behind it, based on what we've seen. Now, this is a 162,000 mile motor, and this guy drove freeway back and forth a couple hours to work every day. So it's extended long periods of time. There's a lot of metal in the oil. Oh my gosh. That is junk. I mean, these are just hugely gouged. That is so crazy. I don't understand it. Perfect rod bearings, but the cylinder walls wore out. They're gone. That is just awful. Doesn't get much worse than that. Anyway, mystery solved. That is our problem. Now again, this is a Kia Forte, a 2.0. Similar engines would be a 1.6 and the 2.4 that is made for Kia as well. And they all share the same block, just changed the stroke and the liners. These liners are changed for a different stroke and they're no different crank. The block's the same. Here's to show you, these blocks aren't as hard as maybe you would think they were. I don't know what the, you know, everything else in the motor looks great. The color of the engine, just cylinder walls giving out, rings chewed through them. And I gotta imagine it was getting some pretty lousy compression out of these 2 cylinders. You know, anyway. So yeah, this is also supposedly very close to the Evo block that Mitsubishi uses. Same casting, same. Now there's a couple things different. These are Siamese, but I think the Evo might have full sleeves. They touch, and they're not actually Siamese together. But other than that, I think they're actually a pretty solid foundation. Anyway, that's enough of a boring video. We found our culprit.